Well, what's the crack, everybody? How are you getting on? It is the 17th of February, and this is, of course, the Ramble Pod. Again, I'm a day late with it. Sorry. Oh, Jesus Christ. We're still in the slightly echoey room. Oh, it's slow going. It's slow process getting the office together above, but the few bits have been ordered, and they're fucking slow to come. A lot of things have slowed down with the old Brexit and whatnot, so look at where I have the shelving up and all the bits and bobs, and I have the green screen. I have to fucking tip into the hardware shop and get a couple of clips that'll fucking hold the thing up and whatnot. But look, there's no point. Like, the thing is, there's no point in moving operations into that until we have it fucking right. You know what I mean? I don't want to be half-arsing it up there as well. So, apologies if it's a small bit on the echoey side, but look, it's not too bad. You're all very welcome to the Ramble Pod midweek check-in. How's it going, everybody? You're all very welcome. If you're new, go ahead, hit subscribe. I fucking rakes a podcast. I podcast coming out my fucking hole at this stage, lads. It's unreal. Very excited about the Tom and Jerry show. I think we may start next week. And yes, patrons will get an early look in behind the door. Yes, you fucking will. You'll get the early episodes. You'll get it earlier than everybody else. Just like patrons deserve. So there were those. We had a returning patron. Fuck. Why can't I find it? And two more. I will thank you at the intro of Buckshot. I didn't have it open. I should have had it open. I'm not going to go rooting around for it now. But you know who you are. I thank you anyway. Thank you very much. Welcome on board. Thank you very much. And of course, you know the benefits of being a Patreon. Like I just mentioned, you're going to get the fucking Tom and Jerry show. 4-year hiatus, everybody. 4 fucking year hiatus. Yeah. You're going to get that earlier than everybody else. And you get all the interview videos. You get the ad-free content. Because if ads give you a dose, because they're fucking going in. They're going in the regular one. It's just the way it's got to be. If ads give you a dose, just become a patron. Simple as that. And look, it supports the podcast. And if you are leaving a rating on Apple Podcasts, do give it a 5-star one. And give it a lovely little... nice. There's some fucking great ones up there. But because people are listening on all different apples... I mean, it sounds more like, the more you think about it, fucking Apple is a shit name, isn't it, for a computer company? Like, if you pitched it now, I want to call it Carrot, and nobody had ever named something after a fruit or a vegetable in the way of a computer. People go, are you well? Yeah, no, I want to call it Apple. The Apple? No, just Apple. I want to call it Apple. Or maybe Carrot. Or, look, I really like tomatoes. Could we maybe call it tomato? You get laughed out the fucking door. But we all just accept it now. Like the word Google. Ludicrous names. Only ever apply to those funny little eyes that you can buy in the Euroshop to stick on things. Googly eyes. Yeah, I know, but at least it's a new word. At least it's a somewhat new word. But Apple, it was just like, fuck, I really like this. Hey, Apple. Let's call it fucking... If you are listening on Apple Podcasts, because you might be listening to, I don't know, the Australian one, which you can. If you Google this podcast, about 75 different fucking Apple versions come up. So it's not always going to be the Irish one. It could be wherever. Send us a screenshot, whether it's on Twitter or Instagram. Realistically, those are the 2 best places to find me. Don't really bother much with Facebook anymore. I don't know anybody who does, other than middle-aged women. I don't really... I mean, I've linked the Instagram account, but I don't know, does anybody bother their hole with it anymore? It's kind of lost its je ne sais quoi, a small bit, hasn't it? I'm sure we get into it deep and why, hey man, motherfuckers with their algorithm. I'm sure, but I'm not going to, because I don't really care that fucking much. It's just kind of lost all its interest. Fucking social media kind of nearly has anyway, isn't it? Like when you start diluting the market so hard. Oh, this one is called Blip. It's a new one where you just show pictures of your fucking nostrils. Oh, and this one is called Wang Wang, where you just show the tip of your cock. That's all you show. Pictures of the tip of your cock being funny. And you think I'm joking. Like, well, yes, of course I am fucking joking, but at the same time, like, it's getting, TikTok. Think about it. TikTok. That's as good as a name they can come up with. And nobody questions it. I didn't mean to just barge straight into giving out about fucking branding and all the rest of it, but look, 'tis where we are. You're all very welcome on board. How's your week? Mine has been weird, fun, weird. We're still fucking unpacking boxes. How does one have so much shit in the new pad here? The new pad is lovely. It's very nice, very spacious, very calm, relaxing. Nice. When you get it all dialed in, that's the only thing. When you get it all dialed in. I will give advice to anybody who is thinking of making a move anytime soon. I have it. Because 2 friends of mine, would you believe it, are making the same exodus. They're not moving to County Tipperary, but they're moving way out of the city. They're moving into other provinces. They've enough. The exodus has happened when it comes to the cities. If you don't have to be there, don't fucking be there. Simple as that. If every place is only a couple of hours away in a fucking drive anyway. So 2 friends of mine were on the other day, and I've got it dialed in. I've moved that many times now. I have it fucking dialed in. That's dialed in. I will give advices to anybody who wants to know what's the best move for moving. You know, because you're thinking, I'll just bundle it all up and get it out fucking cattle box and fucking it. Nah, man. Nah. Only adding pressure upon pressure. The way you gotta do it is the way we did it just now. It's quality. Everything is nice, fucking orderly, stress. And we're taking our time. I'm still getting out the podcasts. Do you know what I mean? Still doing a little bit. Taking our time. Making sure everything goes to the right place. And a lot of it's probably going to get fucked out because you're looking at things going, we have 3 of the same fucking pot. And 2 of those haven't done anything ever. Time to go in the fucking bin. What was my week? We did I think there was a couple of Patreons were actually on. We did a gig for Valentine's Day for the lounge, and it was lining up to be fucking deadly. Lining up to be great. But, like so many things, when they're lining up to be great, and through no fault of anybody, bar Zoom just shit the bed. They were going out of it over 11. They sold 1,100 tickets. 1,100 tickets. And they were putting it out over 3 platforms. Zoom, Vimeo, and YouTube. And Zoom was the controlling factor. I think YouTube was doing its own thing, alright, but I think they were all feeding off of Zoom some which way. I know Vimeo was or whatever. And everything was running fine beforehand. See the bank that they had of computers and cameras and stuff. They had the lounge. So I travelled up to the latter lounge. Lovely drive. Fuck me. I left here as the sun was shining. Sun was shining till about, got a bit hairy after the Midlands, or out around Portlaoise. Got a bit windier, got a bit wetter. Not too bad. I get to the M50, literally got to the M50 in Dublin. It's walking in a winter wonderland. It fucking snow everywhere. Because I had to pop out before I got there, I had to pop out to our old house. We'd left 1 box behind and an ironing board. See, man was like, I'll leave the door open for you, you pop in. Holy shit. Thank God I brought the old Land Rover, because I don't think the car would have made it up the fucking road. Holy shit. It was like polar opposite to what I'd fucking left not 2 hours previous. It's unbelievable. Fucking snow everywhere. Pelting snow. 4 or 5 inches of it on the road. What the fuck? I know this is hilly and shit, but Jesus Christ. But also I had a package to pick up, which I'll talk about in a bit. That's why I brought the Jeep up anyway. It wasn't just to pick up 1 fucking box, but yeah, got in there. It was looking great. I helped write these. I wrote these sketches. Now they went a bit loosey goosey on the day because one of them was with Mattress Mick, which I was telling you about. And sure, look, he's all over the fucking map. Like, you know, he's yeah. I swear to God, during the rehearsal, we said, let's have a run of it here, Mick. Great. Fucking perfect. Kind of went a bit off-piste, but it was fine. It was perfect. It was in the fucking zone. Turn on the cameras. This guy, fuck. He went fucking all over the fucking map. But look, it was grand. But what let us down was Zoom. And when you have 1,100 people, you're gonna have. I'll give you a snapshot. I'll give you a snapshot of who was causing, what caused the grief. Now, we shut down Zoom when we realised it was shit in the bed, and we switched solely to Vimeo and YouTube. And I asked people, would you jump over? Because the sound was what was going fucking wrong. The sound was going wrong. That was letting us down. But I was able to get across to the people, listen, Give us 15 minutes. Apologies for this. We're going to shut it down over the Vimeo. Of the 1100, over 1,000 went over. No problems. But 100 or so people were fuck it, like the worst sounded fucking scumbag accents. Like, and look, I don't give a fuck. This is my podcast. I can say whatever the fuck I like. These were fucking scumbags. Scumbags. When you just complaining for complaining's sake, like, somebody was giving out that I was trying to sell a mattress. Nobody was trying to sell you a mattress. Nobody was. It was a sketch with a ridiculous person called Mattress Mick and me. Not too much more, too less fucking ridiculous. But anyway, I overheard as I was about to say welcome to the show at the very top, and I could hear one guy talking to another guy on a separate fucking thing going, "Yo, are you on that bag this evening? Did you guys hardly out, are we?" And I went, "Oh Jesus! Even if this goes well, this is going to be rough." Because you're asking people to stay muted until that was the big thing. Like, you're asking people to stay muted until you're spoken to. That's the only way we can have a bit of order here. Nah. The lads kept on shutting them all down. Kept on turning them back on to shout, "What the fuck is this? The fuck?" It was a fucking shit show. I mean, it was grand, but it was a fucking shit show. You know what I mean? In that sense. But once we switched over to Vimeo, I mean, I couldn't interact. That was the problem with Vimeo. You can't do it, so it fucking just made it tough. But we were able to run the show out. 98% of people, we'll say 90% of people, were sound out. They were like, "Alright, grand. We know you're fucking trying your best." This is the thing. It's not like we came in, kicked the door down on somebody and went, "This is the best." It's, you know, it's not. Anybody who's ever seen me live or been to the Laughter Lounge live knows that it's one of the fucking premier fucking products you're going to get. But this is a shit time, and we were doing the fucking best we could. And a bunch of messages I got off of really nice people were really sounding up. Thanks for everything you're doing for Irish comedy. You're trying to keep the shit alive when 90% of comedians right now are either fucking driving vans or working in fucking shops stacking shelves and fucking hating doing that shit. Do you know what I mean? So, with that, it was like, I didn't feel too bad about it because it's like, this is bullshit. And that's what I've always said, is the fucking internet is kind of not real anyway. The visceral fucking real thing is when we get back to the farm and when we get fucking comedy out in the live. For now, this is all we got. And Zoom shit the bed on us. But we were able to still pump out a fucking product. I think the commander-in-chief, he felt that bad. I think he gave everybody a refund. Even people that weren't asking for refunds. You know, because somebody messaged us, "God, I'm going to have to get a refund." I didn't fucking want a refund. I'm happy for what I got. You know, but that was that. Yeah, I mean, again, if you died on your hole because of the material you were pumping out in the live format, then that would fucking kill me a bit. You know what I mean? Or if scumbags like that weren't being dealt with. That's why you have big ass security, man. In, you know, the biggest comedy club in the country, you know, on the fucking quays in the north side of Dublin. You can't vet everybody at the fucking door, so you have big ass fucking doorman to shut them the fuck up. These cunts are in their fucking houses doing bag, you know what I mean? And you're going, "Oh my Jesus. Oh my Jesus. If I could come to," you know, and we did the best we could. And it came off somewhat. It was ambitious to go so big and to over 3 platforms. But look, you fucking live and learn. It's shit that has never been done before to go that fucking big. Not by us anyway. I say us. I had no technical fucking hand or part in the thing. Not that I'm washing my hands with that side of it, but I just didn't. I didn't. It would have been, you could have leveled the playing field a small bit if you could have fucking interacted. But that was cut out when it went to Vimeo, and there you go. As I said, I'd give a rundown on it, because a few people messaged me, what actually happened? Well, that's what happened. There you go. Technical side of things left you down. I mean, if the mic shits the bed in a live performance, you can at least shout. There's fucking nothing you can do. Your hands are fucking tied. So, like, I tried to get across to people. I was like, Jesus Christ, this is as good as can be done at the fucking minute, and it's out of our hands. It's like blaming the fucking weather for something. What the fuck can you do? You can't do anything about it. In a live performance, if you've ever been here on a Thursday, Friday, or Saturday night, ever seen me here on a Thursday, Friday, we fucking smash it every time. Every fucking time we smash it. Because it's within our control. And that was that, yeah. It was weird because not in a long time have I driven away from a gig not feeling fulfilled. You know what I mean? I fucking was buzzing. I was on the stage, had a mic in my hand, fucking live cameras. People going, "No, it's not even fucking live." And I'm like, I'm literally quoting the time to you. I'm literally quoting the time to you right now. Do you know? So what else can I do? It was weird to see that level, but you know what? It kind of was indicative of. I'm going to take a slug of coffee here. I'll try to say apologies. It was weird because when I got into Dublin, it was weird, man. So I was there a little early and I parked up and I fucking got a coffee. Normally, like the north side around Middle Abbey Street and stuff like that, I hear enough anyway at the best of times. You know, it ain't no catwalk. Let me fucking tell you. You know, there's some fucking hairy looking individuals walking around the place, but for the most part, they're filtered out by normal folk working. A lot of tourists, regardless of the time of year. You know, there's normally a bit of a buzz. This was some fucking Walking Dead feeling, apocalyptic shit. You know, like young fellas walking in and out of shops. I say young fellas like fucking 17, 18, not wearing masks, you know, just rough as shit. Like nothing. If ever I was affirmed that I was right to fucking to dip out and head out, yeah, there would be nothing that would draw your average person to this scenario. Streets wise, it was just cold and fucking nasty looking. You know, there was no buzz. Obviously, nothing's open, so it was just weird. And I'm guessing you could go very in depth and go, well, these people were feeling frustration. You know, they were banking on a lot. And they're like, well, look. Imagine being at our end. No, you fucking can't, you cunt. You know. And that was that. I brought the Jeep up because I had to finally pick up a present that my brother-in-law, who is the young lad's godfather, he's mental and extravagant, and for his his christening / birth, nearly, well, I suppose over a year and a half at this stage, he bought him a junior Land Rover Defender. Yes, I'm going to say that again. A junior Land Rover Defender. Now, I don't mean like a little peddly car, a little peddly tractor that you can push around the place. I mean a fucking car. Like and that's himself in the back, excited as fuck about leaping in and out of that Jeep. Yeah, it's actually a mini golf cart. Like, has lights, an engine sound, has forward and back fucking gears, like throttle, steering wheel, the whole shooting gallery. It's already way too old for him. Like, you know what I mean? Barely reached the fucking pedals. But the other place of room was just too fucking small. So it was stored at the grandparents' house in Dublin. That's why I brought the Jeep up, to finally bring it down. And people were just asking me about where the fuck did you get that, because it is such a cool looking yoke. You want to go on it yourself, but it's got a 40 kilo limit, so just one of my fucking legs. But that is where, I don't know where he bought it. I mean, it arrived from online somewhere, but so I don't know where it came from. I'm sure you can look him up, but like, fuck. Oh, what's hilarious, he's just using it as a fucking storage. He doesn't give a fuck. All he wants to do is push it around the place. Now, obviously, we can't have him driving the thing either at the minute, like, because, you know, it's in the kitchen. But there's space here. But it's just storage. It's like, yeah, cool. Storage. Grand. So, that's more or less to answer questions from people on Instagram when I put up the pictures of the thing going, what the fuck? This yoke is saying, all he wants to do is push it around the kitchen, which is, you know, great for the fucking core strength. Great for core strength. The amount of Paul is fucking buzzing from last week. Paul Tylak, he got in contact. He's after selling a load of fucking books. I don't know, by a load, I don't know how many a load was, but he's after selling books. Chicago Blues. Do yourself a favour. I was going to buy it, but he's sending me a copy. A signed publisher, or not a publisher's copy, an author's copy. So I was about to buy it online and read it, and it's not for the cheapness that I didn't buy it, because it's fucking really cheap. I want to actually sit down and enjoy it as a book, so I didn't read any further. But if you listen to last week's episode with Paul Tylak, again, I apologise for laughing so fucking hard at the microphone, but 'tis what it is. It was ridiculous how How fucking funny that shit. Oh my Jesus Christ. And the reviews from a couple of the lads like John and Dave on the Patreon, like the lads wrote amazing reviews on Amazon too. If you did get the book, write it a review. Because fucking why not? Who sets out to write a terrible book? With fair play to you. I posted them up on Instagram, Dave. Somebody. Best one yet from old John again. Fuck, that book is funny. Fair funny. Sorry, fair funny. The most country, like, and this is, there are positives and negatives to everything, obviously, but there are sometimes positives where you don't recognize them as being positive straight out the gate. We needed heating oil. So the chap here, he says, this is the crowd I use. I rang him, and they're in a place called Emily. Yes, the girl's name, Emily. It is a place here in Tipperary. I remember we used to go to a nightclub in Emily called The Tatch, and this would be some immersion for somebody who's only ever lived in a city to be fucking dropped into this place. I remember like lads wearing rigger boots, busting glasses off the ground, dropping with a fucking slaps to the jaw, like intense levels of country. The same place, it was around the time they brought in a law. We were way too young to be in there. We were like 16, 17, but we were kind of beardy, kind of hairy young fellas like us all. That was the least of the illegal shit that was going on in there. Not so much drugs, but just fighting and just carrying on. But I remember there was during the period where they brought it in as a law that if you had a wet premises serving fucking booze after 12 o'clock or something, or after 1 o'clock in the morning, you had to, by law, provide food on the premises. This is a notion they had that would keep people a bit more sober, and begrudgingly this crowd in Detach, they had to fucking do it. They had to fucking make provisions to start giving out food. So rather than just doing like a fucking basket of sausages or something, I think they tried to make dinners or some shit like at 2 in the morning. And you go, what the fuck? I remember this angry woman through this hatch. You had to queue up. I'm thinking, look, they'll have chips or something, And it was, I don't know what I can't remember what was, a burger and chips. I remember seeing one option and going, fuck all that. That looks like it fell down twice as somebody walked on it in their rigger boots and then put it back on the plate. But this wasn't. That was first time out on the fucking plate. I went, right, fuck that. And I ordered whatever the other thing, a chili con carne. This is a long way from fucking Mexico, let me tell you. It was, there was a couple of fucking bandits in there, alright, but by Jesus Christ, this shit. I mean, I'd eat most fucking things. I'd give it a go, especially with a feed of pints in it. But I remember thinking, what the fuck is wrong with these people? This is just fucking cruelty. Is this so that it can only have been created with the sole notion of never, ever being asked for a fucking morsel of food ever again? It's genius. They set out their stall. I can only imagine that's what it was. It was grey. Like, there was no red through it at all. At all. And it was fucking bullets for rice. It was just fucking... But anyway, keeping in theme, I rang for the oil. Hey, man, this is what I fucking love, right? This is what I love, because you ring for a product. You want to order, you want to pay online, you want to pay, really, because we're there going, fuck, that is low on oil. We need to put some oil in it the night before, and immediately we're like, we'll get online, see if there's any crowd local that you can order through online. What the fuck was I thinking? That was never going to happen. This shit doesn't have to move that quickly down here, because there ain't that many people. You can control it. You're not trying to fucking appease the masses. The masses know they've got a bit of work to do on their fucking side as well. And there's no hurry with it. It's like how 90% of people were with the lounge situation the other night. They're like, very grand. Should look it. Whereas you get the fucking hyper fucking, I won't say privilege, but fucking, I'm fucking out. Oh, no, you're not, really. You're not. Well, not once you've been given your money back. You sure as shit aren't. So shut the fuck up. Where were you going to be? So I ring this oil crowd. Your man answers with the most glorious level of familiarity. Rather than I ring and if somebody answered the phone and went, yeah, you could just, that's rude. But he actually was able to do the yeah in the same way that I'd asked him a question. Do you know what I mean? Like as if I'd actually asked him a question seconds beforehand. And he went, yeah. That was literally, he answered the phone, he goes, yeah. Hello. And, oh yeah. I went looking to order a drop of oil there. Oh man. Oh, water. Much you want? I said, Jesus, well, we'll kind of get a gauge on it. I want to see, let's get 200 for now. Euros or litres? They're fucking euros, so go on, let's go mad. Grand. It was a decent rate too. It was like 300 fucking litres anyway for 200 quid. It's like, alright, this is decent. Next thing. He says, well, yeah, what's your name? So I told him my name. Oh, yeah. Like we fucking knew each other. We don't know each other. I said, what's your number there? So I gave him the number. And, where are you dropping it to? The address, so I gave him the full address, right? He's like, I don't know if he's writing it down, but he just sounds like, yeah. It's a big swig of a mug of tea, right? And he says, are you there? Are you there all day? You are? Oh, Jesus, yeah, will be. I said, do you need the air code written? Oh, and so. I give him the full address, I give him the air code. He goes, now, tell me where you are. Like, okay, oh, fucking right. So, where do I start in life? I mean, am I where I want to be? I'm happy. So I explained to the guy where roughly we are. And I have no notion. Has he taken any of this in? Does he know? He hasn't confirmed that, yes, absolutely, sir, I know exactly where. None of that bullshit. I went, hey, do you want me to, cash or card? He was like, yeah. Look. And hung up. Like, as if the question was, do you want paying for this, or will I just keep it for free? Like, he just went, yeah. So I'm left kind of going, alright, I guess they might be on at some stage today. I swear to God, I came in to start making provisions for last night's recording of the podcast with Jerry. I see a knock at the window. This is maybe 30 minutes later, like 9:30. As bloke looks in, he goes, hiya! I says, hiya! Like out. That's full there now. What? Dial. I said, dial? Dial. It's full there now. Well, I didn't. Okay, Jesus Christ, alright. Christ. I walk out, fucking truck out the side of the house. The man's out putting the oil in. And he's heading off. I'm like, do you want paying? He goes, yeah, sure. Look it. I suppose one of the boys might give you a shout later in the week for a few pound. Like, what? Huh? I do actually, just so happens I have cash on me. Yeah, sure, look it. If you want, you can give me cash. I'll give you. You want to? How are you keeping anyway? Fucking grand. This exchange hasn't happened in fucking years. I pay the guy and he's like, look now. Look. Just the lack of that, like, the fucking money wasn't, and the job wasn't at the forefront of this guy's. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't at the forefront of either one of their attitudes. It was just, yeah, right. I get it done, sure, look it. Yeah, we know needing giving out. It was fucking disconcerting at first. And then I went, oh wait, this is what I'm fucking built for. I love this shit. I might be able to pay him in fucking jokes next. Do you know that kind of way? It was like, like this could be a barter system, right? If I can make him laugh hard enough, maybe he'll give me stuff for free next time. I don't know if it'll go that far, but at the same time, it was just very refreshing to see the relaxedness of the, I mean, you ain't gonna get service like that anywhere. Like fucking 30 minutes later, the shit's in the tank. You know what I mean? Epic for fucking proportions. That's pretty much the podcast. Like I said, the Tom and Jerry show, we are fucking rolling. I think we may fucking start pumping them out next week, or we might do a bit of promo online. We're really only, if you want to stay up to date on it, we're not going to bother with starting an Instagram fucking page. We're not going to, just follow the Tom and Jerry show on Twitter. Because that's really, I'm leaving that all to McBride, because he's Mr. Twitter. I'm leaving all that to McBride. But we'll be very active on it with each episode goes out. We're going to put out media, photographs and clips and stuff like that to tie in with the bullshit talk we were talking about, so people can join in the conversation and have a bit of fucking crack with it. The shows will go out ad-free and early to the Patreons, of course. Yeah, it's not looking good. I know a few people have messaged in the last fortnight or whatever asking, was there any update on Caveman coming back? It's not looking great. It's a bit of a fucking kick in the chest, because I was looking forward to it. Obviously, fucking looking forward to it. But, for more than just fucking financial work reasons, but just getting back at it. But it's just too fucking volatile. You can't put your head on it. We're dragging our balls here when it comes to pumping out the fuck vaccine. And with Brexit, it isn't going to make it handy for me. They were hopefully, maybe going to try and get me into a small West End theatre, run it there for 6 weeks or whatever, and see how it fucking, see can we make a few pound. But with Brexit, the work permits are a fucking nightmare now. So it ain't looking great. It ain't looking fucking great for this side of 2021 anyway. So I'll keep you updated. There'll be a decision made at the end of March, so I'll keep you updated on all that. I mean, whatever you say about, we were joking about the UK, yes, Brexit, retarded fucking move. And I say that in the most clinical fucking sense. It was a backward fucking step. We can all see that. It'll level out somewhat in the next few years, but that's what it's going to take, is a few years for it to level out. But because they're producing the vaccine on their own fucking turf, they're at 25% fucking vaccination rate already. We're at like 3 or 4. So I don't know if that's how it rolls for the rest of Europe, and that's where we stand. That's the reason behind it, because there'll be no confidence in people going into theatres. They fucking won't be. I don't think so. Not the vast, unless you're a very big name, and you can be guaranteed that 5,000 people would be looking for tickets, and you have, a 1,000-seater theatre that you can only see 400 in. That's the numbers you need to be. I mean, I ain't drawing fucking 10,000 people. You know what I mean? That's the reality. Unless we can get savage fucking, savage fucking promo on it, but the reality is probably not, It's a kick in the tits, but sure, look, tis what it is. We gotta fucking roll with this shit at this stage. We're fairly fucking used to it at this stage. Anyway, moving swiftly along into our final segment. I say final segment like I have any segments on this thing. You gotta take your fucking hat off to people. You gotta take your hat off to people that'll give a go at selling shit. Like the guy who sold turf to the Americans. He sold shitty, disused, unusable earth out of fucking unusable bogs. Tip lad, selling fucking deionized. Is it deionized they do? Is that what they do to it? I mean, clinically clean earth. People selling fresh air to the Japanese. OnlyFans ones selling her fucking bathwater. I mean, I read of a guy the other day who had, I think he left Reddit list. He made 16 grand in a week or something from allowing. He had some function set up that was an alarm clock and dog barking, and they allowing people to wake him up during the night by pressing these buttons, and they would have to pay a fee to be able to do this. Made 16 grand doing that shit. And now this mad bitch I don't know where I think she's in America. Of course she's in America. Esme Elliott. She put out on Twitter. She went, instead of selling worn panties, roll out pussy-scented face masks so you can walk around thinking of me all day. And she is selling face masks that she's had rubbing off her fucking taint for the whole day. She's selling it for 25 quid. It's like next to zero output. She's buying these masks probably for 30 cents a piece, we'll say. And all she's got to do is rub them around her piss flaps for the day. And she's selling them for $25, people. I mean, fantastic. Yeah. It gets fucking. Let's have a fucking read. Disposable surgical 3-ply masks are the best in the market for holding. Smells lovely. We've all eaten a packet of crisps and put one on, and it's not a good move. And these incognito cousins of used underwear can be further customized, ranging from ways to place the worn before reaching the customer. And the add-on option, of course, every good fucking marketing company puts add-ons. What else is she doing? Although the masks stuffed into her songs are the most popular, alternatives include stuffing them into shoes and bras, rubbing on faces, or a combination of all of the above. Add-ons under Goddess Bailey, that's what she calls herself, listing on Manviz, for example, includes sexy nose signed by her for $10, smooth, autographed pictures of her wearing the face mask for $20, and stuffing them in her tongues after a squirting session for $25. Wow. That's, so we're, like, if you go for the full lot, so 25, 20, we're up to 45, another tenner, to 55 quid, and she, like, fucking zero output bar. I'm guessing that's not including shipping. I'm guessing. Like, that's a service. That is a fucking service. Smelly dirty bitch, like, I mean, it is going to smell like a hole, like, you know, there's, you can say what you want, but that's going to, you know, smell like hole and fanny for the fucking day, and piss and all the rest of it, but hats off. Hats off to fucking that. I mean, get your thinking caps on, people. If you're not happy in the situation you're in, get your thinking caps on. There's creepy fuckers out there who will fucking have a go at whatever you are peddling. Anyway, that has been the Ramble Pod. I'll leave you on the delightfully fucking weird note. Why not? That's the kind of shit we do here at Ramble Pod. It is exactly that. Rambling. Rambling for a podcast. Like I said, we'll have a bookshot out this Friday. We're going to have Tom and Jerry show out possibly next week, but definitely by the week after. We're going to have season 4 ready to go. The early episodes will, and ad-free episodes will go to the Patreons. Thank you very much for supporting the show. You know what to do if you want to support it. Give it the $3 hairs and you get the extras. There you go. Give us the 5 stars over on Apple Podcasts. And all of that, share it. Just share it, whatever platform you're on. Take a screen grab of you listening to it and put it up on Instagram. Tag the podcast. It'd be fucking lovely. Just spread the good word. That's the cheapest option. I can do no more other than ask you to do the cheapest option. Tell everybody about it. Now, go on away, boys and girls, for the rest of the week, and I'll talk to you again on Friday. Good luck, God bless.